What is up, guys? Noelle here. And as we all know, hopefully, I hope you know about this, we are in the middle of a pandemic. It has been almost a year since everything first shut down due to the pandemic, at least here in the US. It has been a whole whirlwind of things. A lot of things have changed. Things that we used to do, we don't do anymore, and we've started doing new things that we never would have thought about doing before. I think most of us would agree that many of the changes that the pandemic has brought on have been mildly inconvenient, if not completely terrible, and we cannot wait to get rid of it. But I've compiled a list of things that have changed because of the pandemic that I think should stay a thing after the pandemic. Now, not everybody's gonna agree with me on everything in this list. This is just my personal opinion. I know some of these things in this list are gonna be like, oh yeah, no, that can go. But this is my list of things. So without further ado, let's just get right into this. Number 1, social distancing. Some of y'all just went, yeah, what? No. Get rid of that as soon as the pandemic is over. Hear me out. Not social distancing out of fear of catching something from somebody. I would like to not accidentally get in the 6-foot bubble of somebody and worry that I'm gonna catch COVID. More like just staying 6 feet apart because why not? As it turns out, I quite like people being 6 feet away from me in public places. Like, I definitely don't miss people being right up on me in line, breathing down my neck. No, I do not want that to return after the pandemic. Stores and other places should be continuing to enforce 6-foot social distancing for the sake of everybody's sanity, and no more packing in, like, personal space. We need that after the pandemic. Number 2, masks to a certain extent. Again, some of y'all were like, no, I'm ditching the mask as soon as these mask mandates are lifted. Like, yeah, I get it. I mean, once the mask mandates are lifted and it's safe to go outside showing your face, yeah, I'm not gonna wear a mask anymore. But like, if you're sick with like a cold or something, I don't know, if you can't stay home for whatever reason, put a mask on before going out anywhere. I feel like that should be common practice after the pandemic is over. I mean, that's what they do in a lot of East Asian countries. I mean, people just wear masks, especially during flu season. I mean, why can't we do that too? I mean, I don't want the flu. I know there's a flu vaccine, but why not an extra layer of protection? I don't know. Number 3, restaurants that were previously dine-in only before the pandemic, now offering takeout. I want these restaurants to continue offering takeout after this whole thing is over. The reason for this is, before the pandemic, there were lots of times where I wanted to go to my favorite restaurant, but I didn't have time to eat in for whatever reason, or like I didn't have anybody to go with, because in our society it's weird to go to restaurants alone. So I really wanted to go there and get some takeout, but like they didn't offer it before the pandemic. And then the pandemic came and they're like, we now serve takeout. So they should continue to serve takeout after the pandemic is over. I mean, they've proven that they can serve takeout. They should continue to serve takeout for whoever wants it after all this blows over. Number 4, clean condiment packets. Please. I remember before the pandemic going to fast food restaurants and you get like a ketchup packet or something like that, and it would feel all gross and grimy and crap, and it's just like you don't want to touch it really at all, and like it's just disgusting. And then going to a fast food restaurant during the pandemic, I get a condiment packet and notice that it feels clean. Like, I mean, because they're wiping it down, hello. Fast food restaurants, please continue to wipe down your condiment packets after Corona's over. Like, now that I've realized what I can have, like, I don't ever want to go back to touching those disgusting condiment packets. Again, I want them to be clean. Number 5, airline companies wiping down the tray tables after every single flight. If you've ever seen a travel life hacks video, I made 2, go check them out if you want, but if you've ever seen those, I'm pretty sure every single one of them tells you to have some sanitizing wipes in your carry-on bag because airlines don't clean the tray tables and there's a lot of germs on them. Yeah, that was pre-pandemic days. Now, airlines after every flight are wiping down each individual tray table. At first I was like, there's no way on earth that they're doing that. And then I actually flew in December and I was getting off the plane. I was kind of in the back, so it took me forever to get off, and they already had all those tray tables down in the front rows wiping them off, and I'm like, you couldn't do this before the pandemic. Like, it took a deadly virus for you to clean those disgusting things. Airlines, keep wiping down the tray tables after this Corona mess has blown over. Please. please. I mean, I'll still wipe it down with my own sanitizing wipes before every flight, but I want the airlines to do it too. Hello. We all have to do our part. Number 6, keeping carbon emissions down. I mean, it seems like we're pretty much back up where we were before, but you know, when everything shut down, when we were all in lockdown, like you could see all the clear waters, all the clear air in the big cities, and we're just like, oh, so this is what happened if we don't pump CO2 and other stuff into the atmosphere all day. Okay, I like that. Plus, scientists have been trying to tell us for a long time that if we don't cut carbon emissions very quickly, that we could have irreversible climate change and it'll never be the same again. Life as we know it will never be the same. Can we just like maybe get to that cutting carbon thing, because we did that for a while. We should do it again permanently. Cue the climate deniers in my comments. You can argue with yourselves. Nobody's stopping you. Free speech. Number 7, essential workers getting some recognition for what they do. I'm talking about both healthcare workers and people who work in like grocery stores and other jobs that people do that keep society afloat, you know, those jobs. People working those jobs would get treated like crap, being like, oh, they're the lowlifes of society, like blah blah blah. And then like if they all were to disappear, we would all die. I've worked in the essential worker industry, and those jobs, I mean, while they don't require a degree, they're not easy jobs because people don't appreciate us. Sometimes our bosses don't even appreciate us, but you need us. Trust me. Thank your local grocery workers. Words are hard. And finally, number 8, washing hands constantly. I'm a germaphobe, so I washed my hands constantly before the pandemic. Apparently a lot of other people didn't, and like would just walk around with dirty hands all day, like not even using hand sanitizer. That's just, I mean, pandemic or no pandemic, that's nasty. Wash your hands. That includes when this corona mess is over. You know, even without corona, there's other viruses, some that transmit by unclean hands, such as norovirus, which is nobody wants. So scrub those hands 20 seconds with some warm water. Don't forget your thumbs and your fingernails. Just wash your hands. Since I just got done naming all these things that took place in the pandemic that should stay a thing after the pandemic, I thought it would only be appropriate for me to name one thing that should absolutely die with COVID, and that is online college. That can burn in hell. I never want to watch another pre-recorded lecture on my laptop for hours ever again. Thank you. So that was all the things that I had for this video. If you liked it and maybe found it relatable, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and turn on those post notifications so that you never miss another upload. And also follow all my social medias. They will be linked in the description box below. So yeah, that's all I got for you today. So have a good day and adios.